Zeke Black is in the building. This is my reaction video to a show I guest on yesterday. But it was on Mecca Audio, Unique Mecca Audio YouTube channel. From Harlem, a Harlem legend. For those that don't know, he owns Club Channel. He brings back new school, definitely the old school legends out. Brand Nubian. Black Sheep. AK Mafia um, on Reflex Radio. Download the app. He should have a dope show this Sunday because he has a topic on Nicki Minaj. Something about her album, what she posted, and some of the current events in her life. But let's get to the topic. What's popping? What's popping? Um, Debbie salute to Southern Belle and her son, Scoop Doggy Dog. They was helping me out yesterday. They was my assistants. But check out the show. It was a dope show, man. It was, you know, we was speaking about a time before hip hop blew up. You know, the culture, peace, Louis Jordan. It was just the culture and what the culture of hip hop was. Before the rapper, before all the, you know, the craziness we see right now. There's a strong disconnect between the young hip hop heads and the old hip hop heads, the older ones, because the young guys, for some weird reason, they're not linking up with the old school cats. You know what I'm saying? And because some people just believe that hip hop is just about the rhyming part, and that's an element of hip hop. But hip hop, the original form of hip hop, the original stage was b-boy and being fly. You know, breakdancing is what breakdancing and graffiti is what took hip hop out the hood. Because with breakdancing, guys was able to go downtown and spit on their neck 20 times and get some money. Piece of the gods. Um, so that was the breakdancing element of it. The graffiti was all city. Mayor Koch. Mayor Koch, he blew it up by having a war against the graffiti artists. There was a strong recession in New York City. So other than hustling, there was other hustles. So breakdancing became part of the hustle because other than packing bags, delivering newspapers, delivering pamphlets, brochures, selling incense. I mean, it was a tough era. There was a lot of poor people out there. The Jimmy Carter era. We're not even talking about Ronald Reagan yet. The Jimmy Carter era. And Unique and them, they was older. Like Unique was older. FatMan Scoop. I didn't know that in his beginning travels, he was doing shows in Carbon Projects in my hood, man. Definitely shot the Carbon Projects, man. That's yeah, Slim Slammer. You know what I'm saying? That's a hip hop. Hearing that from a standpoint of a man, Fat Man Scoop. You don't know who Fat Man Scoop is? He has a hit. He's won a Grammy with Missy Elliott. It's you know what I'm saying? Lose Control. That's on Lose Control. He's from you know what I'm saying, from Harlem, man. Schaumburg, you know what I'm saying? So he's from both. He have both sides of the water growing up. You know what I'm saying? Definitely shout out to the FEB crew. Shout out to everything on Lehman Projects. My block. Lexington Wash. You know what I'm saying? East Harlem. Definitely shout out to Mecca Audio. 158th and all that, and B-Way Slay. Yeah, it was the ever before radio even was able to touch it. You know what I'm saying? And what I liked about the show dope was that when Busy Bee called, even though there was a lot of static, Fat Man Scoop gave Busy Bee his flowers, man. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, if it wasn't for the Kumo D Busy Bee battle, that changed really hip hop. That changed the attention of hip hop. That battle. We're talking about, you know, first DJ on the radio nobody talks about, Mr. Magic. Mr. Magic was the first because it was supposed to be a disco show, and he was pushing the agenda, hip hop. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely rest in peace to Mr. Magic. Gotta give him his flowers. This is before commercial. This is when commercial radio refused to play our music. Um, we're talking about a time when we had the documentaries, right? Wild Style. We had Style Wars. Check them out. This is all before Beat Street. We had, you know what I'm saying, where we had people that was coming to the hood, you know what I'm saying? Because of Zulu Nation's influence in the streets, people started coming to the hood and linking up and going to Bronx River and they was learning the culture of hip hop and meeting graffiti writers and whatever the case, whatever what else came with that. So now we're seeing something that we as poor people created. Um, there was a narrative that was created through Zulu Nation that they was like the breakdancing to stop the crime from the gangs. You know what I'm saying? The gangs, so instead of the gangs trying to kill each other, they can battle through music. Yes, exactly. If y'all remember, spit your era, spit your favorite DJs, and they turned street battling to stop the violence into a lucrative business. Or the foundations wasn't meant to be what it turned out to be, $1 trillion music industry. You know what I'm saying? Um, I remember going to block parties like we were saying last night, and disco music was popping, and rock was popping. That's what they played, good times and break beats. That's what was popping in the time. It wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't so much like it wasn't what it turned out to be. Exactly, one love, man, because that's exactly what hip hop was. This is what brought. This is what brought us as the people together. You know what I'm saying? Um, we had drugs back then, but you know the powder game was a little more different. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, exactly. Spit them out for what y'all remember. You know what I'm saying? I remember. I remember listening to um like the greats. You know what I'm saying? I definitely remember the greats. I remember being young and listening to when Kumo D that the battle. I heard about it. That's what everybody talked about. That tape probably sold for $50 a pop. You know what I'm saying? I remember, shout out to Club Harlem World. You know, the rooftop era. The rooftop era was the more fashionable era. You know what I'm saying? So the more fashionable era of hip hop was the rooftop era, where dudes was wearing, good coats, good cologne, throwing money in the air. The money cast the streets was in the rooftop. We could talk about the Roxy. The Roxy had the breakdancing in the clubs. You know what I'm saying? And all them other clubs town that was involved in the movement. This is all hip hop culture, man. Hip hop culture was created by exactly a poor generation of kids. Everybody that was in hip hop wasn't killers, man. They wasn't stick up kids, man. We were just products of our environments. The first jam I went to was 1978. It was a block party. Y'all need to thank Melly Mel. Melly Mel was the first experiment over the radio. He did a freestyle on Mr. Magic Show. He's the first rapper to ever rap on the radio. Melly Mel. The young boys had to give him flowers because if that didn't cause a chain reaction of other people wanting to rap after that, then it still be the DJ, the graffiti artist, and the b-boy. See, the element of hip hop that we see now is just the rapper. But hip hop is more than that because it was the b-boy first. Before they were spinning on their heads, dudes used to just pop lock and do the feet work. That was different than going to a disco joint. You know what I'm saying? Ron G. Salute to Ron G, man. You know what I'm saying? He dudes was moving around, man. He was moving around with Ron G, man. Look at Ron G's influence on the hip hop game. He went platinum on a Fat Joe R. Kelly joint. Ron G mixtape. Like we said last night. Like I said last night. Main Source had an album out already. We already heard looking at the front door. We heard a funny game of baseball. Just hanging out live at the barbecue was just a song on the album. Definitely shout out to Micah Destruction. He was a part of the second wave of Main Source. Definitely shout out to Micah Destruction from Queens. Can't forget him. Um, exactly. It's just about the culture. Talk about the culture, man. Jew man. But he plays live at the barbecue. He puts it on a mixtape. He played that song. Welcome to the world, Nas. Salute the Nasty Nas. Because if it wasn't for Live at the Barbecue, he was just another rapper on somebody's album. Warren G put it on a mixtape and it blew. That verse circulated to the point where Large P, shout out to Large Professor, he was forced, Marco was popping, he was forced to make a 12-inch of that song, Live at the Barbecue, and the rest is history. Salute to the DJs, man. FatMan Scoop, we seen his grind. We seen the grind. FatMan Scoop used to have a dance he used to do to that song with Faith. He did the song better than Faith. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Faith Evans and Bad Boy Records. You heard? But let's talk about it, party people. Let's get there. Let's talk about it. Let's get in tune. Let's get in touch. We're not playing no more. Because the more we act age appropriate, people will catch on, man. I come from the hip hop culture. I was raised in the hip hop culture. You had the East Side, you had the Itty Bitty House Committee, Baby House Committee, Rock House Committee. I was growing up around all that. Zulu Nation was just something a little higher in the gods, peace to the gods of the earth. You know what I'm saying? FatMan Scoop, right? He took off from a remix of Faith Evans. Took off. Did the dance. Paid his dues. Went to the jams. Found a lane. Stood in the lane. Got a Grammy. Was on Hot 97. He was on syndicated radio. FatMan Scoop before he ever touched Hot 97. Off of one remix. This is hip hop culture, man. Something that we all could talk about the same thing. We all ate free cheese. We all was poor. If you had two parents in the house, you was lucky. If you had two parents in the house that wasn't on drugs, you was super lucky. Now I don't mean heroin. A lot of parents was doing that cocaine. You know what I'm saying? Remember, cocaine was still that was still the style. I'm talking about when they had chicken bags of weed in the manila envelopes, tray bags. Exactly. Shout out to G'd Up Quinn. That's about the culture, man. We brought it back to the culture, man. Because we bring it back to the culture, then people are, then everything falls into place. Who to respect and who not to respect. We help create something that turned into $1 trillion industry that people made millions off of. You know what I'm saying? Dudes been going to jail. Dudes been dying. We had gangs. They had gangs that was like in Brooklyn. They had their gangs, the Tomahawks, Jolly Stompers. They had the Savage Skulls and the rest of that stuff with the Bronx Casanovas and all that. We know that. Black Spades. But then we had hip hop. We had a culture that was for everybody. It wasn't a black and white thing. It wasn't a black and Puerto Rican thing. It was hip hop. It's for the people. Hip hop is for the people. Now, because of jail politics, we separated hip hop into fractions now. When I went to a jam and you went to a jam, we all had a good time. I don't care if it was white, Chinese, and every shout out to China and Japan, man. Cause they definitely touched our culture early. That's a fact. You know why? Because cocaine was a party drug, just like ecstasy was a club drug, and everything else. Nobody foreseen the epidemic that came 10 years later. Definitely shout out to East Harlem, man. Shout out to UFO Feed. They're doing something at I think they're building a hip hop museum in the Bronx, man. Definitely shout out to Ruben Diaz Jr. in the Bronx, man. Fat Joe was out there, Niles was out there, Slick Rick was out there. We here, party people. I know I've been busy the past couple of days, man, because my body have to sleep. I work these 2 jobs, it'd be killing me. But I'm gonna get right back in tune. I got people that's gonna help me. I got some staff now. I got Scoop Doggy Dog, and I got Southern Bell. They was helping me. They was definitely helping me out yesterday, man. I appreciate Unique Mecca Audio for allowing me on his platform to speak about some old school stuff. It was appropriate. Yep, it was an appropriate lane for that. Definitely shout out to my man Exclusive Revivals, Hunt 10th, 2nd Avenue, El Barrio Merce. Get in tune with him. Follow him on IG, El Barrio Merce. Get in tune with my man definitely peace to the gods and the earth, man. We wasn't dumb. We was just poor. Poor people do what they gotta do to survive. That was hip hop, man. Yeah, that was hip hop, Jose. I remember going to 115th Street on the hill, getting bees that was blessed. I wasn't even Catholic, but they always said your bees is blessed. Nobody could touch them. Shout out to all my Catholics out there, all my Boricuas that was Catholic. I went to Catholic church a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Chris, Little Ralphie, from Tav Projects. You know what I'm saying? We was all one, man. When you went to a party, we enjoyed hip hop. It was fun to battle. There wasn't fractions. If I was down with PT and you was down with TWB, we battled. We didn't go, yo, let's go to war with each other. We might have jumped each other here and there, but at the end of the day, we didn't want to kill each other. We go to a jam and DJ play that music and we start doing dance routines. Let's get there. Let's go there. Let's get there. Shout out to my man Ari Uno. Shout out to Wiggs PT. Shout out to the whole PT family. 131, you heard? Shout out to Sace. Give people their flowers. Sace, Spawn, GNR, Jova, TDO, Ava, Doc, TDO. You know what I'm saying? Give people their flowers, man. I like to give people their flowers while they're alive because I know I don't want to be a fraudulent fake when somebody died. Yo, son. Nah, some of you all grew up poor in the hip hop culture. What came with the hip hop culture was the drug trade, money. Had to be fly. Remember? We call them constructs, they call them wheat Tims. You know what I'm saying? 40 below, snorkels, Woolridges, FTW, street shout them out, shout your blocks out, shout your crews out. Remember the OGs, man. You might see an OG that's twisted that was somewhere back in the days. You go, yo, you might have told me something that saved my life. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Carver Mob, man. The Junior Carver Mob. What? Let's get in tune. Let's stay in touch. Let's be smart, party people. Let's be smart, man. Watch the show, man. Check out Mecca. He has all the OGs on his joint. So it was a proper place for me to guest on. He has all the OGs. I take pride. I respect that. Y'all don't understand who what's the name is. Unique owned a club that was popular. Other than that, he was already a popular guy uptown. Shout out to my man Sugar Hill Fats on the Sugar Hill section, Washington Heights section. That's uptown, man. Shout your blocks out, man. 99th and Lex. When I first moved to East Harlem, 117 between First and Second Ave. Shout out to my family. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Favor, when I'm live, you can't call me because it stops the joint. I'm not on the computer. You know what I'm saying? But my day is really tied up because I work all day. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, so when I do that time, I could do a live for y'all. A lot of times I get home, I be tired. Work extra hard at work. I'm a little tired. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm not blowing nobody off. I'm not acting funny with individuals. I just be tired. Remember, I work 7 days a week. You know what I'm saying? So Unique did me a favor, put me on this platform. W, Division East Army. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. EA men, Deep Freeze, Prince, Dudes, Epic, Bronze, EA men. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you don't even understand. Deep Freeze is Sub-Zero. Shout out to Freeze, man. Get in tune with my man Veli MMB, man. He had a song called Forever My Dog. You know what I'm saying? We're here, man. You know what I'm saying? Gangs is a part of our culture forever. Gangs is a part of our culture forever. So it's okay for us to talk about the gang stuff, but let's not stay there too long. There's a whole lot of information that we gotta get out there. We gotta talk about. We gotta get in tune with, man. You know, shout out to Busy B, man. These guys laid the pavement for $1 trillion industry. $1 trillion industry. Russell Simmons, Andre Harrell, Ron G. Ron G inspired a lot of those R&B hip hop joints you'll be hearing, like Mary J. He inspired Puff to push that agenda. Him, Kid Capri. Definitely shout out to Grandmaster Big Queens, bro. Buddha Barber, Queens, you heard? Southside, you know what I mean? Northside Queens, Q Club. All that is part of the hip hop. DJ Irv, hip hop culture, man. Shout out to my man DJ Renegade from he probably never made it big, but shout out to my man DJ Renegade from Utica and Bergen. He's Costa Rican. That's my guy. He used to throw parties in his house. The first person to ever bring me to Albany Projects in 1987. It was good, man. The hip hop culture, man. A bunch of poor kids from the inner city that created $1 trillion industry, man. What wrong with you? I don't care what you've been through. Our struggles is what created an industry. Walk around with your chest out, man. We are hip hop, you heard? We are hip hop. Definitely, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, man, you know, I gotta go punch in. I appreciate y'all. You know, check out Unique Mecca Audio. Subscribe to his page. Go see the video, man. It's real, man. It's hip hop, man. You know what I'm saying? Bunch of poor kids from the 5 boroughs that created something great. Actually, from 1 borough, the Bronx. It just went around. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, salute to all the DJs.